You don't need to follow someone else's schedule, someone else's strategy, or someone else's idea of success to build a widely profitable six-figure business. In this episode, I will share how I went from working 7 days a week to scaling my business to multi six figures working 4 days, and why your dream business gets to also match your life and the season you are in right now. I built a multi six figure business per year from a 7 kilometer square island. I had to think about it for a moment. What is the size of this island? While raising my son. And now I take 3 days off per week. But if I'm being very honest, I didn't start like this. Yeah. In the beginning, like my son was just 1 year old. I worked 12 hours a day, most of the time, 7 days a week, not every day, 12 hours, but like a lot of the time, because that's what I needed at the time. And that's what obviously I wanted to do. Like no one was forcing me. That's my own business. And now I choose 4 days a week. And the business still grows because I get to decide how I run it. But let's see the how behind all of this. By the way, hi, I'm Gwen. I've taught hundreds of women like you to build a business and scale a business online by blending energetic strategy, mindset work to build a holy shit, I can't believe this is mine business when you wake up. And today I'm talking about what I did to scale my business while working 4 days a week. And so right now, here is maybe where you're at. Like you may be working all the time and you may be wondering like, when is it going to finally be the time that this pays off and I can also have a 4 day week? Or maybe you are seeing people talking about balance and thinking like, I can't even imagine how that looks like. Or maybe you're asking yourself that, how can I get there? Like, how can I stop being burnt out? Because maybe that's where you are at. And so here is a bit of my truth on this. Yes, I work 4 days a week, but like I mentioned before, like that wasn't always the case. And I don't like to oversimplify this kind of thing and make it like generalities because I think it's a little bit more complex than this. Okay. So as I was mentioning at the beginning, I worked a lot. And I think that's because I was building something from nothing. Okay. And of course, that requires a lot of energy, a lot of focus, and a lot of time. And the truth is, and if you have listened to the podcast or the episodes on like YouTube, like something that I say all the time is that I didn't expect it to go big. I didn't expect it to be easy. That's more this. Like I didn't expect this to be easy. I didn't expect to make six figures a year. I didn't like expect those 10K month everyone was talking about. I was committed to make it work no matter what. And so, yes, I worked my ass off. And not because it's better to work your ass off, not because it's more aligned to work your ass off, but because it's what I wanted to do and believed that this was what I was supposed to do to get where I wanted to be. And yes, now I'm where I wanted to be. So I think that I did very well. And you get to do the things the way you want to do them. So I'm not telling you that you have to work 7 days a week, that this is the way. This is the way I did it. Okay. For some of you, it's going to work. Some of you, like, you can't work 12 hours a day. And that's fine. You don't have to. Many people don't work 12 hours a day and have multi six figure business. Scaling while working 4 days a week, it's really not about doing less just to do less. It's more about like really creating a business that fits your life, your energy, and your goals. And that's why when clients come to me and they want to scale, I first ask them like what scaling even means to them, because I think like we all have a very different understanding. I also ask them like what is the ideal scenarios, like the ideal dream life, dream business for them, because honestly, like you would be surprised by their answers because we all have a very different version of what success and freedom means. And I'm saying freedom because a lot of my clients like me have in their values like very high freedom. Now onto this like 4 days a week thing. Like this is not magical. Okay, it's not a magical number. I first stopped working weekends, to be honest, and then my hubby was off on Wednesday and Thursday, so I decided to take the Wednesday off. So we had all a day off in common. But then now he has the weekends off, and I just kept my Wednesday being off anyway. And it's true that some weeks I will do some work, but I don't do client works. And it's just sometimes if I have an idea about something, like, and I'm chilling on the beach or doing whatever, like I might take my phone, yes, and write something, but it's my business. Like I don't I don't need to like put it in boxes like, oh my God, I said today I was not doing anything. Like if I have an idea, I prefer to write it down now. I can work on it another day. I just want to be very transparent with you on how it's working. Okay. A question that comes to my mind also is like, could I make more money if I worked more days, And maybe. But honestly, like I don't believe that if you work more, you make more. Okay. Maybe I could make more money, maybe I will work more and I will not make more money. And that's not the point. Okay. I'm not building my business to squeeze out every drop of profit and expect to make millions of dollars doing nothing. But I definitely want to make money. That's why I have my business. Okay. If not, I will just chill on the beach. I absolutely love doing what I do, but I'm really realistic in the fact that I want to make money. I love what I'm able to do with my money. I'm able to build a life for my family that is exceptional. I am able to give to charities. I am able to do whatever I want with my money. Having money is not about like, well, it depends on your belief, but like I think it's important to first review what are your beliefs around having money before looking at growing a business. And so that's also why I have my business. Okay. And my business is helping me with doing all of the things that I want to do. And it does its jobs perfectly. Yes. Like even if I think about it, like yesterday, I spent $200 on clothes for my boy. Yeah. Just ordering like online. He needed some clothes. He's getting a bit bigger. $200. No problem. I paid thousands of dollars yesterday to my coach for her monthly payment. I visited my house this morning with an interior designer to help me choose the lighting of the house we're building. All of these things are possible because of the life I'm building, because of the business I'm building. And, on this number of days that you're working, you may want to work 3 days, you may want to work 5, or you may be in a season where you are obsessed and want to work weekends too. And that's fine. Okay. There is no like, this is right, this is wrong. It's about what you want to do right now. Like even if for me it was right to work like 7 days a week sometimes before, like now I don't feel that it's not right with where I am and what I'm doing. Some days I do work 12 hours a day, especially because a lot of knows like I have or like work on and like in 3 businesses. And so the thing by building up, growing through businesses, when sometimes I have trainings, courses that I have to deliver in other businesses, then I end up doing a 12-hour day because I have those other businesses that I'm also growing. But this is my choice. Yeah, no one is forcing me to do anything. So let's see now how we do all of those things. Okay, I'm going to give you like 5 different tips on and indication on what I did to scale working 4 days a week that can probably help you. So the first thing is I started with a season of hustle. Okay. And then it evolved. But I think like this is a very important point because sometimes the image that I take for my client is that, it takes like a bit like if you want to go to space, and like you're building this like spaceship, the energy for this spaceship to go up is insane. Okay. Almost all of the petrol, all of the gasoline of this spaceship is going to be used, all of the energy to just go up. Okay. And so it is a lot. It is a lot of energy also to put a business out of the ground from nothing, from zero. And I don't glamorize burnout, but I did work long hours when I started. So I'm not saying that you have to be burnout, okay, to do whatever it takes to have whatever you want. And whatever you want and whatever it takes is going to be so different depending on people. And I'm okay with that. Okay. I have never been the girl who is like, I just want to snap my finger and I'm going to have $10,000 in my hands. I'm not saying that to make $10,000, it needs to be hard, but I do believe that there was a little bit of logic behind it, a little bit of strategy, a little bit of mindset, and a little bit of work. Yeah. And that, of course, it's a lot easier to maintain something when we have built something. So now for me, like it's very easy to maintain 10K a month, let's say, like that's not a problem at all. But at the beginning, like it was, okay, maybe 1 month I was making 10K. Well, not at the beginning, but after a bit. And then it was not. And then it was how to make this consistent. And then now sometimes I have a 40K month and sometimes I don't like, and so it's more how to make them consistent. So what matters is that I didn't stay where I was. Okay. I let it evolve as I grew. And I didn't try also to be 20 steps ahead when I was at step one. So when I was at step one, building my business, trying to find out what is my niche, my messaging, what offers I'm doing, what is working, what is not working, I was not trying to scale my business, because obviously growing your business and building it up and the foundation is very different than scaling. Thing number two that I did to scale working just 4 days a week is that I built an offer ecosystem that works for me and for my business and to work 4 days a week. So, for example, I don't have any offers where I need to be present more than 4 days a week. Everyone in my one-to-one, my mastermind, Elevate Group program, like everyone has access to me 4 days a week. And so I stopped saying yes also to every idea of random offer to create. So if not, I will need to work more than 4 days a week. If I was always creating a new course, if I was taking a client that I say they can text me in the weekend, if I was creating all of those offers, then I would have to work more. I have tons of ideas, okay, myself. And maybe you are someone like this. Like I have tons of ideas and I need to channel the shit out of it because it is not sustainable for me, okay, to create whatever crossed my mind in terms of energy, but also in the quality that I want to deliver. And I noticed that when I spread myself too thin, like running too many offers, creating a lot of programs at the same time, the quality of my coaching is diluted. My ecosystem of offers is so intentional. It is super scalable. It's designed around my capacity, around how I want to serve my people, and my people can feel the shift. My coaching is very powerful. I'm able to give breakthrough to my clients even through just texting in Slack when we exchange in between calls. Because I'm here, I'm present, I have the time for them. I'm not running around with 1,000 clients because for me, that works better to deliver the quality I want to deliver. And I have very high standards. So when I give them breakthrough to my clients, like we can go through the core of their problem. We can quickly fix it. We can move faster in their business that they could ever do it alone. And they know it because they have access to me. But it's not because they have access to me 4 days a week that, oh, what about if they had access 7 days? I also have to preserve my energy. So they know that when I'm here, when I'm present, what they have is amazing. And I'm not reinventing the wheel every 5 minutes right now. But to arrive to this point, I did reinvent the wheel a lot. I had to try like a lot of different ways to create offers, live offers, self-paced offers. I even created like, at one point offers almost every month. I also worked with having on just one offer, like a signature offer. And you don't just find out what works best for you by waiting and not actually trying out the things. Just do the things and then you see actually that works so well or that doesn't work well for me, for my audience. Like who knows, maybe the first time like you do something, maybe you choose a signature offer model and you're like, okay, like let's see with this like how that works for me. Do I like it? And maybe that's the perfect business for you. And then you just do this. Maybe you just needed one trial and I needed 10. The thing number 3, okay, that I did to scale like this in 4 days week is that I stopped needing to be everywhere all the time. So I show up in a way that is energizing, okay, in a way that energizes me, not drain me. And I don't post because I have to. So let's say I'm on social media, like on Instagram, I post because I lead, because I love my community. I love sharing with them how I know something can activate them. Like, how can I share something with them? That's what I actually ask myself. How can I share something today that is going to activate them to step up and become the woman who is also a leader, who has full confidence in herself and who is successful. And so I created also repeatable content systems that sell even when I'm offline. For me, it's very easy to create content because I'm talking to one person. I know this person very well. Simple to create content. And that's also why for the last few years, I have been traveling all over the world, going multiple times a year to Europe, Japan, Thailand, Vietnam. Next month, I go to US. So many amazing places because I've built a business that let me either unplug, like if I'm going to France and I want to unplug for a month, or a business that fit in my suitcase when I want to continue working and serve my clients. That is so important. Okay. That's how I end up working 4 days a week because I have set it up. The point number 4 is that I structured my calendar around what actually moves the needle forward. So 4 days a week is a lot of time, okay? And I have dedicated blocks of time every day to answer my one-to-one mastermind and delivered clients, like usually in the morning. That's the first thing that I do because a lot of them are in different time zone. And so when I connect, like I answer all of their stuff. Sometimes I create content first and then I answer my clients. I also have dedicated time to create my content, my Instagram stories, time for calls, creativity. I take calls only 2 days a week. I don't just react to everything in my business. Okay. My business is structured and organized. So when I'm messy, it's all flowy everywhere. Okay. And once again, that's because this works for me. Okay. Some of my clients, they have always like 50 tabs open on their screen. Their office is a mess. And they're very successful because for them, they find themselves in that. If they had to force themselves being in the structure that I have, let's say it will not work for them. That's why there is no need on fixing something that is already working. You don't have to be organized as someone else. And that's why I don't teach my clients to become mini Gwen. Yeah. There is no point on becoming a mini Gwen. You are yourself. What matters is that you have a business that allows you to be you. Okay. And so I build structure for myself to create space, not to restrict me. The last one here is that I did the inner work to feel safe working less. And I'm saying this because it can be a trigger, like when I was working 6 days a week, I was making, or 7 days a week, I was making less money than I'm actually making now working 4 days a week. And I would probably make the same money. I have no idea if I was working more. But like I had to first unravel the belief that more hours equal more success, equal more money. Mindset, energetics, embodiment, like those things have helped me hold and expand the business I have today. And that's why I have created, by the way, something that only my client have access to this. Like this is not something I'm selling. I have created something that is called the Mindset Portal for all of my clients where I share NLP tools, hypnotherapy, different mindset techniques, because I have studied for years mindset, and I have very specific tools that I share with my clients. And I feel that something that I love is that in this mindset portal, I divided it in 3 categories. So we have an identity section where I help my clients change their identity, change their belief, because who you believe you are is going to change all of the things, and especially all the actions, which means all of your result. And the second category we have is about energy, like to change your energy, which is the vibe that you have, okay, which helps a lot people to actually buy from you when you have a vibe that is matching with them, which is energetic work. And then we have an embodiment work section where we work on taking action from your identity and your energetic. And so this is very straightforward, but it's also some people think it is very woo, okay, from the outside, but that's because they have been in different places maybe where they say, just hold the energy, and they don't actually tell you how to do it. How do you hold the energy? Okay. That's why I'm very much into the house saying also to my clients, like, do this practice, do this. Because like it is true that your energy, your vibe, like your identity, all of this is going to change. Your action is going to change your behavior, which is going to change your result, which makes complete logic. Yeah. And this is exactly why I teach all of this, why I teach very good exercises to shift your state, your energy before creating content or selling, because that's so important. And doing this work has changed my business. Okay. It changed also my business, my clients' businesses, and they absolutely love those tools. And if you're listening to that and you are one of my clients, I know you're loving those tools. But I'm not here to even talk about this. So I actually wanted to invite you to a masterclass. Okay. I am so stoked. I have just created a masterclass and I'm going to host it very soon on April 18. And I will be touching on some of those concepts. Okay. The masterclass is called Why People Aren't Buying Yet. Because I know that some of you are asking yourself the question. You have strategies, you have offers, you have the stuff. And you're like, what is it? And we're not going into the woo-woo, like it's going to be very straightforward as always when I have trainings. I'm also going to share the 3 things that you need to change immediately if you want that people buy, and people are not buying yet. I know that you're posting on social media. I know you have offers. I know you've taken courses, joined programs, and maybe you joined some of my programs. But there was a big difference between like ingesting, getting in, information and actually embodying it and putting this in your business. I know that your sales are inconsistent and no one is giving you a real straightforward answer to actually fix this. And that's changing now. Okay. This free masterclass is for the woman who's already in the game, did the offer, posted the content, all of this stuff, but feels that it's all unpredictable. Her message is not really landing, converting. She's stuck at the same income level for a while. And if this is you, then in this live training, you will learn the number one mistake I see women, but also all the online entrepreneurs, to be honest, making that blocks sales, even when you have great offers. And you will not believe that this is it. The 3 things that shift how people perceive you and respond to your content, which is going to completely shift your content. And then the exact 4-part structure behind a business that sells without needing to launch every 5 minutes, but also like, this is going to be in a way that you find your own structure. Okay, that's something that is very important that you understand, is that I will never force you into a strategy or into a structure that is not yours. You can go to businesswithgwen.com/masterclass to save your free spot. April 18, 5 p.m. Bali time. If you sign up, of course, you will have access to the replay. Thanks for listening for today's training on what I did to scale my business while working 4 days a week. If you loved today's episode, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any future trainings like this one. And of course, don't miss the masterclass. Bye, everyone.